Hey everyone, my name is Kendall Metcalf. If you are new to this channel, I am married to Michael and we resell on eBay. I just recently quit my job and started reselling full time in I think it was June. And so I've been full time with him ever since. And I just want to show you guys some of the things that I got. I think I got this stuff between 2 days of thrifting, and Michael was golfing, I'm sure. And I went out with my cousin for one of the days, and the other day I just went by myself because I was going a little stir crazy with that week between like Christmas and New Year's. It's just nice to have, like a little thrifting run to do. So I'm going to start. This is like one of the worst things. Michael was like, Kendall, why'd you buy these? It doesn't matter. Michael and I have some kind of differences. We shop a little bit differently. I like to buy stuff, like I call them experiments, where I don't look them up. I just think they're going to do well. And that is not smart. So if you're new to reselling, don't do that. Look stuff up, make sure it's a good sell-through rate. I picked up these Titleist pants, size 30. They're just these men's pants. They have the Titleist on the back. I know Titleist patches on things are good, so that's why I picked them up. And I spent $5.45, but it was 20% off because there's a thrift store that we go to where we have a lot of those stacked up. So got 20% off of those. These are Judy Blue jeans. If you haven't heard of the brand, they're actually really good. The bigger sizes tend to do a little bit better. They sell for around, I don't know, between like $25 and $35. Spent $6.56 on these, and it doesn't really matter the style. I think these went viral on TikTok recently. I'm on TikTok all the time. I think they went viral on TikTok recently though, so everyone's like, I want the Judy Blue jeans, and they're really not hard to find. They just sell well and they sell fast. I got this FootJoy kind of like windbreaker lined sweater, which is super cute. It was $4.94 and I got half off, and it's just like a sweater and it has that little patch. If you ever see the dogs come in the video, they're very curious about the inventory that we come home with. I also got, okay, we don't really buy this brand anymore because it's not that good. It used to be whenever we first started reselling kind of on the side during COVID. This is a 511 snap like button down shirt, and it was $1.91, and I definitely paid the full $1.91, but I feel like it's good. It usually sells from like $18.88, so I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, I spent up on this because I got way too tickled when I saw it, but it's this short sleeve Huck shirt, H-U-K fishing. I love buying this brand. I usually find them in like their long sleeve fishing shirts or long sleeve button downs. I've never seen something quite cute like this. This was $7.57, which is a little bit more than I should have paid, but I got excited nonetheless. These are Aloe joggers, Aloe, I don't know how you pronounce it, Aloe. They're just these white joggers. I think they're men's. I spent $4.94 on them, so I feel like those will do well. I've never found those before, but Michael says they're good, so I bought them while I was out. This was $6.56. Again, I probably spent like a little more on this than I should have, but these usually sell for like $22-ish, $22.86, and I spent $6.56 on it. It's just a little beach ratty polo, stripe, pretty boring. I know I keep saying this. I really do buy good stuff, I promise, but I bought these Paige pants, which Paige pants in men are really good. These just accidentally, I was like shopping too fast. These were a size 26, and they're their Bridget line, which is women's, which means I probably should not have bought them because they are super, like women's Paige jeans and pants are just super saturated. So don't typically pick stuff up like that. They probably would sell for like what I paid for them in a year. I don't know. That's me being dramatic. Okay. I got this Peter Millar long sleeve. It's their Seaside Wash, which is why I bought it. And it has silk in it. Most of the time, the Peter Millar button downs don't do well, so I would not buy these if they were just cotton. But if they have like spandex or polyester, or it's their summer comfort ones, those are pretty good. I'm gonna fly through these ones just because they're the Judy Blue jeans. Found those again. I paid $4.94 for them, so really good price. I mean, I think the thrift stores that we usually get jeans at don't really mark up women's jeans a lot because I think they just get so many women's jeans. These are a size, and one thing to know about Judy Blue, I like lost my train of thought for a second there, is to make sure you like really give the measurements on them and give the inseams, because I just ordered myself a pair on eBay from a reseller, or maybe they're not a reseller, maybe they're selling stuff from their closet, but regardless, I did not look at the measurements. I'm one of those like naughty buyers that everyone hates that doesn't read the measurements. And I didn't read the inseam, and they are like super, super, super short, and there's nothing in like the name of like the style jean that would indicate they were like cropped or capris. So definitely give your buyers measurements when you're doing jeans. These are Judy Blue jeans. Also, these were $4.94, so really good price for those. I need to go faster, otherwise you guys are gonna have to listen to me all day. These don't do as well as I thought they did, but they still sell for about $25. They're these Bulwark protective, fire resistant. They're huge. I mean, I can't even show you everything, but they are absolutely massive. These should sell for around $25, and I think I paid $6.56 for them. And they have a patch on them, which is fine. Oh, okay, this is good. These are, they still have tags on them, though they look like very prehistoric tags. These are Obermeyer men's long, I think just like an overalls, ski something or other. They were really cheap though at the store. I don't remember how much they were. Doesn't tell me, and I'll spare you the crinkling. Okay, I also bought, this was super cute. I had to get it even though I spent $6.56 on it. It's Ralph Lauren Black Label, and it's this really cute linen skirt. We don't do a lot of women's clothing, but I was in the women's section shopping with my cousin, and I saw them, had to buy them because I feel like they'll do well. I also got this Ralph Lauren made in Italy. It's like wool, cashmere. We have to look them up. I mean, the lowest listed of them, like the linen one that I just showed you, is like $50, but then the other one sold for best offer, but we'll kind of see. I don't know. Ralph Lauren Black Label is good though. This is only $1.91. I mean, how cute is that? Whoever is a size 8 in Ralph Lauren, they're gonna be very lucky. I don't know how to pronounce this brand name. Michael and I have creative differences on it, but that Fairty, Faherty, Fairty. This is just like a cute little Henley blue shirt. This is actually a really good brand. Some of their stuff doesn't do as well as you would think it is, but I spent $7.57 on this, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Their stuff sells fast, and it's really high quality. This is a Diesel Henley shirt. Diesel is a good brand in jeans. I don't know if it's good in shirts, so hopefully you see it on a what sold video soon, because I'm like putting good energy that that's gonna do well. This is just one of those Huck shirts, that brand I was just telling you about that I bought in the kind of short sleeve button down shirt. This is an XL. Sizing on these really doesn't matter. They still do well. $3.93, and I picked these up all day at that price. I think I found a couple of them. Oh, so this thrift store by our house just does not do a very good job about pricing. Like Old Navy, $15 for a jacket. New with tags, Peter Millar, Crown Crafted, like new with tags, Crown Sport, forgive me. 135 MSRP. I mean, it has an embroidery, but like still, $5.45. I mean, it's unheard of. I cannot understand sometimes the thrift store's pricing on that. Those are awesome. Like, those used are still really good to get. And then, okay, I'm just rambling now. I need to stop it. Southern Marsh, very unassuming brand. You'd think it's not that good, but I like to pick it up. This is just their polo. Those do pretty well. Okay, this is actually a surprising brand. I recently, when I went thrifting probably, I don't know, 3 months ago, I picked up a Fairway and Green, like quarter zip. And Mike was like, Kendall, why'd you buy that? I'm like, because I looked it up and it seems like a good shirt. So not good really in anything else, at least from my personal understanding. But like, I got this cute little windbreakery, lined, sweatery quarter zip. And like, these sell for, I don't know, $28. I don't know exactly what they sell for. I'll figure it out when I list it, but I pick those up all the time. I'll spare you details. This is one of those Huck fishing shirts. They have this like really tacky, sorry if you like Huck, but it's like this weird scaly material. I think Fisher men and women or whoever wear that. Mizzen and Main, if you don't know it, get to know it. It's everywhere. It holds its value. It's, you know, we've been able to sell these for like $28.88 to like $32, sometimes $35. This is just a kind of like different than their really nice material. And if you know, you know. This is kind of like a flannelly soft material, and it's not obvious exactly what it's made of. Let me look. Not that you guys really care. It's just polyester and spandex, but I paid $7.57. I'd probably spend like $10 on one of these and not feel guilty about it at all. Okay, how cute is this? I could not believe that I actually got to be the one to take this home because it's so cute. I'm not really wanting to part with it. $6.56. Wrangler Snap Aztec-y vibes button down. Like, can you even believe it? And it's a size large. I mean, my goodness, these do great. I mean, that's just, I personally think that will sell for over $30, but what do I know? Michael wouldn't have picked this up if he was with me, but I got it. This is just like a Columbia PFG long sleeve. I feel like it was $3.93. These sell for like, I don't know, $17. And I like to pick it up because it's easy to list, and I saw Michael pick it up once himself, so if he can do it, me too. What are these? Oh, Southern Marsh sweatpants. These are $5.45, and I had 20% off, and I'm like, how cute are those? I don't think we've ever sold Southern Marsh sweatpants, but I feel like all their other stuff does pretty well and like sells pretty quickly, so I just bought that for fun. What's this? Oh, I looked these up too. Okay, so these are Burton Dry Ride. I don't know if you can see that, Burton. They're like ski pants. They're women's, but I think they sell for between like $30 and $40. I always think that like marketability and good pictures will make stuff sell faster, as well as having a really good reputable store. So in my mind, $40. Maybe in other people's minds, trash. I don't know. Okay, so I saw these on TikTok. TikTok is serving me well recently because I am finding cool stuff that I've only seen on TikTok. It's that tush baby where that lady on TikTok, she wears the strap around her bag and like the kids sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we looked at the sell-through rate on this little sucker. There are like 4, I looked this up the other day, so if these are not as accurate, forgive me, but there were like 4 of these listed and like over 100 sold. Like, what the heck? For like $40. I couldn't even believe it. It does have a little bit of a rip, but nothing like a little sew kit can't handle, and I think it was under $3. But I just know this about that brand because of TikTok. I've never seen any of those otherwise than that one day in the thrift store. Oh, this is cute. So this is a Peter Millar Wind. It's actually called like Wind. They have a Peter Millar Wind, Warm. Maybe that's the only two that they have. Peter Millar Wind, and it's like a little windbreaker. Cute, right? It was $5.45. Yeah, $5.45, and I got 20% off of this because that's from that same store I was telling you guys about. And I have no idea what it's worth. I just know I will at least make $10 profit on it, but probably significantly more, and that makes me feel good. Okay, this was a bad brand, bad purchase, shouldn't have bought it. I spent a whopping $5.45 proudly. I didn't realize it wasn't good. It's that Oshkosh, Bagosh, whatever brand. Shouldn't have bought it. So learn from my mistakes. You don't always have to learn the hard way, okay? I got this just because it was really cheap, but we buy sometimes if it's like under $3 in an absolute perfect condition, no logos, Columbia PFG fishing shirts. And like the bigger the better, like the bigger size the better. If it has like a college embroidery, that's also really good too. I think we just sold one of the LSU. That sound, if you heard that, is my air freshener that goes off on a timer like every 24 minutes. I spent $2.72 on this, and they sell for like $18.88. I mean, nothing super glamorous, but my goodness, like super easy listings. Okay, I'm not the one that buys shoes. Michael buys shoes, so I felt really proud of myself when I found these little pink On Clouds, and they were $6.56, And they're size 9.5. They weren't my size, so I didn't keep them. These are not my favorite brand to wear on my own, but these sell pretty well. And right next to them, if you would even believe it, not that you probably care, but I got myself a pair of pink Lululemon tennis shoes for $12 and like 50 cents. I was thrilled. Okay, we pick these Travis Mathew polos up all the time. This is just boring. I mean, this is one of my favorite brands, to be honest. I think it's a great brand. $4.44. And we sell these for, without logos, in perfect condition in the summer, like $24.88. But like right now, recently, between like 18 and 22, which again, still isn't bad if you're picking them up for that price. Hey, don't come for me because I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to take off the tag so I can show you the thrift tag. This was $7.57. It's women's, so I don't know if women's does well. I just know men's does really well. I know it's not pronounced this, but I call it cageous. It's, I think, like Seuss. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's like this cute little quarter zip, and I don't know how much I have to zoom in, but the tag, you totally can't see that. Doesn't matter. KJUS, cageous. That's what I say. I don't know what we're going to sell that for, but I know we'll double our money. I'm confident in that. This is okay, I spent $10 on this, $9.49 to be specific because we don't pay sales tax. But this Viore brand, I think most people know Viore, but people will cut out the tags like people cut out the Lululemon tags. But it's just like a cute little crop sweatshirt. It's women's, which still does well. Sometimes they'll have like the tiny little like tag sewn in, and it's buttery soft, and those sell fast. I always think that I underprice stuff because it sells so fast, and I think I just had it like right on the market. That's what I tell myself, at least. This is another one. This one was $6.56 though. No easily identifiable like marks on it, except they have this like little V sometimes, but it's also buttery soft, which is the dead giveaway. And I found a lot of other Viore stuff. I say a lot, but like 5 things, and that made me super excited. So I kind of put 2 and 2 together that it was also Viore. This is a cute little hidden gem. It's kind of like a little bit messed up, but it was only $4.44. It's a Lululemon kind of like button down, not kind of, it is. It's a blue button down shirt. There's some spots on it, I think. Not a big deal. I might throw this one in the wash. Sometimes I try to wash stuff. Sometimes it's very unsuccessful, and sometimes it gets it right out. It's no magic. It's just like pure luck. But these are great. I mean, this should sell. I think this will sell for probably like $40, but I haven't run comps on it. I just know for that price, it was coming home with me. These are Lulu joggers, women's camo, their little signature camo, size medium. These were $7.57. I don't know how much women's joggers sell for, but I do know that we sold a really messed up pair for, I don't know, $30 maybe. They were like a green camo legging. They were like all messed up on the knees, and those sold overnight. So again, probably underpriced that too. I'm still learning, guys. This was actually in the women's section. Sometimes the women's section has men's clothes. They just mix them all up, and also a woman could wear those too. This is a Johnny O quarter zip. I probably spent a little bit too much on this, but these usually sell for like $28.88, so I don't feel too guilty. But I spent $7.57 on that, and those do pretty well for us. Some Johnny O stuff, like you think, wow, this is like a really nice shirt, and it just doesn't really matter because it just doesn't do that well. But I still buy them, and we do still buy Johnny O. These are those Judy Blue jean brands. Again, if you've never dabbled in women's clothing, you just want to go like flip through the women's jeans and just look for these, it would be worth your while because I find those all the time. This is a men's diesel flannel, like super freaking soft, and it's snap too, which I feel like just is always better, but that's just my opinion. This is $3.43. Great price. Do I love the colors for myself? No, but someone will. What's this? Okay, so this is Marine Layer, which is a good brand. We buy Marine Layer in pretty much everything, t-shirts, whatever. I actually found a pair of pants that I'll show you guys in a minute. But they have this line called Weekend Sport. I have no idea if the camera is showing me or not. This is arguably softer than Viore, but it's like this little men's quarter zip. Love the color. It's like a heathered blue. And I spent $6.56 on this, and I also found this in the women's like athletic quarter zip section, which I couldn't even believe. Okay, I need to speed through these, otherwise you're gonna get really bored. Tommy Bahama, quarter zip, football, Arizona Cardinals. I think that these do well, $7.57. Other Tommy Bahama quarter zips, no, do not get. If I came home with one of those right now, Michael would be really, like, are we kidding? Have we learned anything? So don't buy them, like, unless they're like maybe like made of linen and they're really like 3XLT or 2XB or something. Okay, I could not believe that I just found this little honey sitting on the rack for $3.93. It's a little Peter Millar. There is a logo, which I absolutely don't care that it has a logo. Some people do. I don't. I'm not one of those people. But it's a skull quarter zip. I mean, I found Michael one of these. It actually was not intended to be for him, but I think he kept it because he's small. He's a size small. We never find anything cool in his size. So, but it looks kind of like that, but it's just like a little bit different. But I think we can sell that sucker for like, I don't know, $50. I don't know. I'm always like really love the stuff that we buy. I'm very biased towards the stuff we buy. Okay, so I'm probably going to show you guys like 3 things that I probably spent a little bit more than I should have on, but this one not specifically. This is Stitch, which is like a golf brand. I love this brand. I mean, I think they make high quality things, but this is a really cool geometric polo. I spent $6.56 on this and I would do it again, but some of these other ones I probably would have, you know what? I got 20% off on them, so consider me not feeling guilty. This is one of them, but it was only $2.92, so hurrah for me on that. Has a logo, doesn't matter, not too worried about it. This is another Travis Matthew polo. I told you guys, these are good, especially if they don't have logos, right? I love a little, you know, no flaws ideally. Also, if your collars are messed up on them, I would either pass on them or really make sure that they are pictured, because we have possibly forgotten to picture some of those like flaws before on the collar where they kind of get worn, and obviously our buyers are upset about it. I'm upset too, or I don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, on to the next. Ariat, however you want to say it, they're flame resistant. I think it's flame, or I'd say fire, but I think it is technically flame resistant. It's this like heavyweight long sleeve work shirt. These will sell between probably like $30 to $40. I mean, if this one's in good shape. And this one was $9.59. I was so bummed because the thrift store, when I was there, they were bringing out like a bunch of new racks, and they had a ton of those on them, but they were $24.95. So I'm like, on half off day, those are coming home with me, but today I only was able to get the one of them. Okay, this is a women's Robert Graham shirt. I really don't know if these are good, so pretend I didn't buy this. But it's like a little women's Robert Graham. I do think I spent $2.72 on them, but they have a paisley flip cup, which I think is good. If you hear some ruckus around me, it's my crazy dog. It's my absolute crazy dog. She does not like the neighbors, so she's like aggressively panting, squealing, running around the house. Just ignore her. She's my little sneaky dog. This is another Viore piece. It's just a little crew neck, if you will. And this one was actually not obvious. They cut out the tag, but I found on this little pocket, there was this like tiny little tab that said Viore, and I was like, absolutely. It does not feel buttery soft, I'll tell you that. I mean, it's just like a boring crew neck, but it'll still probably sell really well. Lacoste Sport, we have kind of done away with buying Lacoste recently, and it's not a bad brand, and the sell-through rate on it is not terrible. However, it's just like their sizing is so weird, and some of the stuff you're like, oh, it fits like a medium, and then people are like, this looked terrible on me, and so we would just get like too many returns on them, and it was just kind of not worth the headache. Even if they were free to us, it just wouldn't be worth it. Okay. This one was $6.56 at the store that had 20% off, so it was an additional 20% off. It's that Mizzen and Main brand. This is kind of their like stretchy, feels so good, kind of like cool to the touch material. That is a great brand. Like, keep buying that brand. If you're already buying it, keep buying it. If you're not buying it, start picking it up. Okay. Peter Millar normally would not probably buy this, but at the price for $2.92, it has logos off the galore. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them, but it's just like their Peter Millar Summer Comfort, not the regular ones. Don't get those because you're just gonna be a little disappointed because they're just gonna sit, or if they have flaws, don't get them. Also, if I sound awful, I've been sick, but I got sick after Christmas, so it doesn't matter, it doesn't count. Okay, also a stitch polo. This is the one where there's like a little bit of regret on like the price that I spent, but that's okay. It's just a polo, $6.56, no logos or anything, thank goodness. What's this? Oh, okay, the uglier the better on these. And if you do wear these, I'm not here to be rude. These are Nat Nast. It kind of like, it was up when we started in 2022, like it was really good to get, and then it was like, kind of not so good. But now it's back. Nat Nast, all silk. Kind of not my aesthetic, but it's a bowling shirt. It has stripes, embroidery. I don't know if you can tell. Not my vibe, but it's someone's vibe. Lululemon polo. So they did not catch this. It was $4.94. What I do, and if you already know this, fast forward 10 seconds. There's these 3 little stripes that they put on the collar that is like the dead giveaway that it's Lululemon, but also they buried on the shirt, it's sometimes faded, they really blend them well. It's like, oh, it has a little Lululemon tab on it. And if you really don't know, you can look through the pants, if they're like pants or shorts, and find that little dot inside. And that's like the dead giveaway of Lulu, but always look for that tab because some of these people are trying to knock off Lulu and they're putting these tags and you're thinking it's Lulu and it's just not. That was $4.94, by the way. I think I already said that. Outdoor research. Okay, I'll be honest. I didn't do a ton of research on this brand, but I feel like it's good. There were 2 of them. I spent $7.57 on each, but they were an additional 20% off. So I'm going to relieve myself from the guilt. Oh, hi, Missy. She smells all the inventory. She's very curious. She'll smell the mound, lay on the pile, which drives me nuts. That's okay. Untuck It. I got 20% off on this. It was $6.56. It was a long sleeve. It's kind of like a weird, not weird. It just feels like really soft and different. But I bought this only because it felt kind of cool. It is technically cotton, but normally Untuckits don't do as well as they used to. So just make sure that you know like the model, the size, and do your own kind of research. But for us, they've kind of gone down. We do still pick them up though for like under $5. And that because I had 20% off, like in my head, girl math, met the threshold. Polo. This is Peter Millar Summer Comfort. It also has all the logos like the other one did. Same person donated them, but it was also $2.92. So I picked that up, and that was the store that also 20% off. So again, if there's a sale, it's coming home with me. This is that same brand that I just showed you, the Outdoor Research brand. Again, I should have done a little bit better research on that. So if those aren't worth something, then oops. My pile's on the floor and like kind of dwindling. So if you see me crouching over and you see rolls, no you don't. True Grit long sleeve. I spent $4.94 on this. This should do pretty well, but I will say those ones that are like the super soft Sherpa material that like catch every single crumb and like piece of dust and hair, which is gross, those are not worth getting. Do not get those. If they're free, maybe, but I personally wouldn't buy those. Not at least for our store. They don't do well in our store. Okay, this is arguably one of my favorite things that I bought. This came out fresh on the rack. I spent $7.57, but it is a Ralph Lauren bear long sleeve. I mean, like, how cute is that? I don't even know if you can see, but like, take a moment. Yeah, that is super cute. That I'm reluctant to sell. However, keeping it is not an option. So I did look up comps though, because $7.57 for a t-shirt is a little bit pricey to me personally, but they sell for like $30. So I bought it. This is a Tommy Bahama Island Zone. If they're not Island Zone, if it was new with tags, I'd probably buy it. But because it's Island Zone and new with tags, I definitely was buying it. It's just a t-shirt. MSRP on it is $79.50, which I love, and it was $6.56. So Island Zones do well, and they have some of their Island Zones. When I say well, it varies. If it's like one of their really fun tropical ones that is Island Zone, those will do, you know, $30, $40. If it's just like a boring, no offense, t-shirt, not so much. But it will still do well, and I would still pick it up for the right price. Gitman Bros, all their stuff is vintage. White is such a volatile color to buy, but I did it. It was $6.56. Michael went thrifting in Houston a couple months ago, probably during the summer actually. He went a couple months ago though, and he picked up a ton of those, and they actually sell pretty well. I mean, like $30 for some of them, and so I picked it up even though it's white, and that in the thrift stores you cannot tell, but I'm telling you, you take it home and it's just over. It's like yellow, gross. You just, I don't like to buy white stuff. Okay, this is a FootJoy Tour XP jacket, $12.51, additional 20% off. And this is just a nice jacket. I mean, I think these sell for like $50, but I have no idea. I just knew that it was good, so I bought it. But I'll see what we end up listing it for, but I'm kind of thinking like $50. What's this? Oh, this is carbon to cobalt. Some of their stuff, not good. Do not buy. Some of it is good though. This one was $6.99. We got a sale on this, though. This was not actually $6.99 full price. It was probably half off. Regardless though, I got that long sleeve, kind of like chambray-ish, denim-y type thing. This is my biggest whoops of the day. It's a Columbia PFG. Should I have spent $5.45? No. Did the pattern get me? Yes. Does it have... This was actually really embarrassing because Michael's already kind of like, really? But then he was like, really? Because it has this huge like mark on it. I was going to say, I don't know if you can see it. You can't miss it. How I missed it in the store is like the most beyond me ever. I'm obviously not selling it. This is Denim and Supply, Ralph Lauren. It's a flannel. A lot of their stuff does well. Like their shorts, Denim and Supply is pretty good. And like their pants. I don't know if these do well, but again, I was just like finding stuff and I got so excited. But I spent $4.94 on it, and I'm sure we will make $10 profit on it, so I'm not going to stress about it. I don't really stress about much of anything like that, but these were $7.57. These are Viore joggers. Same person donated the camo ones. At least I've determined in my head. That's the narrative I've made up. But $7.57 women's joggers. Those are great. Okay, I'm like really on my final bits. Another Southern Marsh polo. Picked that up for $6.56. Nothing fancy, just polyester. Normally, I'm not a big t-shirt girl. Like, I wouldn't pick up t-shirts. But this was $2.92. It's a Southern Marsh t-shirt. And these will still sell for like $16, $17. So, for a t-shirt that's like a couple easy pictures, I'm not gonna complain about that. This is a Tommy Bahama linen and cotton. I kind of thought it was linen and silk, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. Whatever. But linen is good. Got this little long sleeve, but most of the time, at least for us in our store personally, those long sleeve, just like Tommy Bahama, like button-up shirts, not silk, they're just cotton. I wouldn't get those. Okay, let me get these last couple of things because they're like dwindling from my workspace. Okay, what is this? Oh, boring, but I bought it. It was... Okay, I almost just lost my marbles. It says $24.82, but this tag, the blue tag, Oh my gosh, I was like, no way you just spent $24.82 on something. No, so this tag one day when I was at Thrift Giant, it's one of the thrift stores by our house, was 99 cents. Oh, okay. It's just a Columbia PFG, but oh my gosh, if I had spent $24.92 on that, I would have been so disappointed in myself. Okay. Oh, this came out fresh on the rack while I was out shopping. This is one of those FootJoy. It's a 2XL, which is great. $4.94. It's one of those big, like, windbreakery things. These do really well for us. I mean, those people will buy those. Fun colors. I mean, can't complain. If it had, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there's this patch that sometimes, like, Titleist is great, obviously, but it says, like, Hydrolite, Lite, Hydrolite. That makes it worth more. So if you see that and you're like, it's $15, but it has the Hydrolite patch, get it, because that is good. This is just a boring 2XL black. I think it's gray. Michael says it's black. I have color issues, but I'm going to go with black, and it's a 2XL. I spent $6.56 on it, but it's a bigger size, so I felt guilt-free. And also the Tommy Bahamas that are black or like darker tend to do better for us, even if they're floral. Okay, I spent $3.93 on this. It seriously needs to go in the dryer or something, but it's just a Robert Graham quick list little polo thing that won't sell for anything super fancy, but like $18.88 on something that's easy like that is a no-brainer. These were $2.72. It's that 511 brand, but they're these like women's leggings, tactical pants, and surprise, oh my gosh, there's something in my eye. These have 100% sell-through rate, so I was like, okay, I will buy them for that price. Now, granted, something can be 50% or 100% sell-through rate and still be garbage. So don't get like excited if it's 100% sell-through. Like, make sure you see what the price is. Like, look at the high end, look at the low end, look at the item you have. Luna, cool it. This is, okay, so FootJoy, this brand has gone like rapidly downhill, in my opinion, for their polos. But if it's 2XL or geometric, and stripe, I had to learn this. Stripe is not technically geometric when I say geometric. Stripe is like standard, right? Or like color blocked, kind of like how Travis Mathew does. I'm talking like there's dolphins on it. There are golf clubs. There are beer cans. There is something cool on it. Polka dots, I think, are geometric, personally. But these are striped. And this is a 2XL. So because it's 2XL, I bought it. And it sold for $1.91. Or I bought it for $1.91, sorry. And then this is also a 2XL FootJoy. Again, because it's 2XL, that's what makes it worth getting. And I spent $2.92 on this. Now, if it's geometric, some of those actually go for some pretty good money. So definitely make sure to look up comps. Hate to break the bad news, but this is the last item I bought. Not shown, though, is some of the cute stuff that I bought for myself, which maybe next time I'll show you some of the stuff I bought for myself. And that's truly the greatest joy. Before I'm going to talk for a second. That's truly one of the greatest joys of thrifting is you can go into a store and you can pull out money all day. There's plenty of inventory to go around for everyone. However, to be able to like buy stuff for yourself, one, you can experiment with like the style of clothing that you wear, but also you're just saving money. I mean, these jeans that I'm wearing are actually not from the thrift store, which I regretfully say that, but most of the time, like the jeans that I'll get, $6-7, and you know, they're $100 new. Jeans are expensive. I don't want to spend $100. I don't have $100 to go spend on jeans, especially because I'm a maximalist. I love stuff. I love things. And so just to be able to go to the thrift store and constantly cycle through your wardrobe and get your price per wear down to something reasonable is awesome. That's my TED Talk that you didn't ask for. I do apologize. Last and least, because these don't really excite me, but they are marine layer. So marine layer is good. They're just these like men's pants. I thought they were messed up, but that's like the style, if you can see that issue. They're corduroy and it's their Cambridge cord pant. And these were only $2.92. I mean, it's absolutely unheard of for pants. I think the guy, whenever he was checking out, when he put $2.92, he's like, who priced that? Because that's not really a good price. I think he knows the brand because, you know, we start to get to know all the workers. That's all for today, you guys. I just wanted to show you the haul. I love doing these hauls. They're my favorite things. Whenever I come home, I feel like a kid that just came home from the candy store. I'm like, Michael, look at all this stuff I got. And sometimes I buy some stuff that's not so great. You can learn through us that, you know, don't buy a Columbia PFG for $5.45. That is absolutely destroyed. So if you can learn anything, don't learn the hard way. Learn through us. We're here to help you. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. And Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.